There you got first little guy of the day. Start. In Arkansas this morning. Had a little extra time on a work trip. Fishing the Ouachita River in central Arkansas. It's a place that I've enjoyed fishing before. Done some float trips and just waded out here as well. Smallmouth are the main attraction, but there's also spotted bass and a mix of sunfish species. Got a kind of a slightly overcast early autumn morning. Seemed like a good time for a popper. See if we can draw a smallmouth to the top. So I put on my Crickhopper Popper and gonna do a little wading and see if we can find anything. We can call any smallmouth to the surface. Yeah, we got one here. Oh good, I was afraid I wouldn't get him out of there. I was on the other side of the branch. The branch when that fish hit it, and I was afraid he was going to get tangled in him, but we got him out of there. It looks like smallmouth. Some kind of bass at least. Maybe a spotted bass actually. I just assumed smallmouth, but that actually might be a little largemouth. That's interesting. Cool. Get things started. See you later, Mr. Bass. Thanks for playing the game. See if he's got a buddy. Thing hit it just about as soon as it landed. There we go. Ooh, that seems like a pretty good fish. That fish did not splash at all. It's not that big, but solid. He just slurped it under. That's interesting. He did not really jump up and get it. Looks not a smallmouth again. There might be another largemouth. That's really interesting. Nice. I'll take it. Yeah, there's no tooth patch on the tongue. I thought it might have been a spotted bass that was just more largemouthy looking, but I'm pretty certain that's just a largemouth. It's interesting because that one was in pretty good current, kind of shallow, rocky area. It's not uncommon to have some largemouth mixed in. The other one I caught was a little bit slower water, and right against a log. It was kind of a largemouth seeming spot, but I really thought this one would be a smallmouth when it hit. Not complaining, don't mind largemouth. Just not what I was expecting. Got that one, whatever he was. That hit it as soon as it hit the water. What do we have here? Oh, that's a nice sunfish. That's a beautiful one. He's hooked I hooked him in the back too, so I kind of hooked him in a couple of places, so kept him from fighting as much. That could be dangerous. Probably need to get him with the hemostats. Nice. Kinda like that. I got something on here. Ah. Another really pretty sunfish. Switch Switched over to the Rebel Crawfish. I fished that Crickhopper Popper for a while, trying the subsurface approach for a little while. Oh, there we go. I saw that guy in the water. Saw him race out to get it. Nice. That looks like that one might be a spot. No, I think that's a spotted bass. The other two were largemouth, and I think this guy's a bass. He's going to try to go between my legs. What do we have here? Actually, I think it's another largemouth. That's crazy. Thought we were fishing smallmouth waters, but it's three largemouths so far. Huh, interesting. All right, well, anything to do? Look at this we can find. Yeah, buddy. Cast that out, and I saw that just dark movement in the water as he raced toward it to grab it. And that fish, in fairness, was in pretty slow water, off to the side. It's a little more where a not real surprising spot with there being largemouth in here, but it is surprising to me that in this particular section of river that I've caught 3 largemouth bass and no smallmouth bass. There we go. I hit it going downstream. What do we have here? I can tell because it's coming down in the current with me. All right, we finally got a smallmouth. He's not very big, but he's hooked on the outside. And I know he slashed at it and just got himself in the side. He's a little bitty guy, but at least he's the right species. So, all right, I'm glad to have caught a smallmouth. Again, I don't. Sounds like I'm against largemouth, which I'm not. But I can catch those around home, and this is just a really good smallmouth stream, and it's a lot more known for the smallmouth, so it's surprising to me that the bass have been largemouth, including the different sunfish species. Probably caught 10 fish before I caught my first smallmouth. See if we can find any more. There we go. That fish hit almost as soon as it lands, sitting right in that current line. That was where a smallmouth should be, but we'll see what he is. It's not a smallmouth. Ah, another largemouth. I was about to say spotted bass, but it's not. Crazy. I think it is anyways. Maybe it's not really. All right. Another one that hit the lure just as soon as it hit the water. Got a little tiny guy on, I think, or maybe he's just swimming at me. No, a little tiny guy. Thought so. Oh, shook off. I'm not sure even which variety it was. Didn't get good enough look. My guess would be smallmouth based on where he was in the current, but I've guessed that before today and I've been wrong, so I really don't know. I saw the shape and darker tail. It was definitely a bass. I just don't know what kind. There we go. That fish is right along that current line. He's running with the current, so I can't tell much about it. Looks like it's a smallmouth. Oh yeah, smallmouth. Another one that swiped at it and got hooked on the side. Actually, found in the fin. And it's small, but not as tiny as the last one. These are barbless hooks. They should unhook pretty easily. Yep, he's in a. Oh, cool. That's smallmouth. All right, buddy. Let's try another one in that same spot. He was really where he should have been. I cast up where that current seam was coming together. I got a little eddy beside it and was coming right down the edge of the current when that fish hit it. There we go. What do we have here? A bass of some kind. Another small one. Another little smallmouth. The smallmouths have been tiny. I mean, barb hooks are okay in that sense. Catch the fish and then he shakes off. And you're releasing them anyways. It's kind of nice. Makes it easy. There we go. That fish is right along that grass line. Tracdown. I should have started with it a little sooner. Some kind of bass. I'm not sure which kind he was. And there. Guessing it was another smallmouth just because it was in the same habitat as the others. Oh, there's another one. So I should have started doing this sooner. I'm on my way to the car. Try that same cast the third time. None of them are very big, but they're fun. Oh, there we go. Okay, thumped it right about the same spot as those others were. I was a little further up, but I was shaking off right at the end, but that's okay. I don't have to touch them. If it was a bigger one, I'd be a little more careful with the landing. Try to get a little better view of them. They're just fun. Take a few more casts right here where I started. And then I am gonna head on my way. I got stuff I need to do. Work this afternoon, but couldn't resist the opportunity to slip out in the Ouachita River. Okay, like I said, I kind of thought I was smallmouth fishing, but it took me a long time to find a smallmouth. Oh, maybe we got a smallmouth there. Caught a bunch of other fish before I ever even caught a smallmouth. Got largemouth and various sunfish. I think that was a smallmouth. That's it's a handful. I've shook off right on the edge there. I'll make another cast now. This barbless hooks and slashing smallmouth sometimes result in some lost fish. I love them for trout because they're a lot less scary with as much as slippery as a trout is, and as much as muscular and as much as they wiggle around. I like having hooks that if one gets me, it's only going to jab me. It's not going to get stuck. And usually keeping line tight, I do pretty well landing fish, but he's been a little, I guess, a little sloppy at the end with, with some of these little smallmouth. But been a fun and I think pretty productive little morning for just stopping at one access and walking down the river a little ways and trying a handful of different baits. The last cast. And I am going to head on my way.